Stresser, Virginia Tech Wrestling, and welcome to our first annual Night Before Chalk Talk. And I've got a student here at Virginia Tech, a freshman, Tucker Davidson, is going to be the host. So I'm going to start out tonight, but as time goes on, Tucker's going to take over, and Tucker's a wrestling fan, he's a freshman, he's interested in communication, so I figure what a great internship. So the goal is to talk about wrestling before each home match or each away match. We'll try to do something the night before, kind of go over the previews and give you some insight on what we expect the next day in a dual meet. So we got a great one to start out with. We got Ohio State tomorrow. My goal is to get Tucker to smile as much as possible here, get him comfortable with being in front of a camera, and we're going to, hopefully my guys will be comfortable with getting in front of a big crowd tomorrow night at Ohio State. So Tucker, what do you think? You excited?
Yeah, here you go.
Okay.
Ohio State returns 5 All-Americans from a team that narrowly beat you guys 21-12 last year in Columbus, but hopefully we'll turn the table this year. Let's take a look at the 125 weight class, where both wrestlers are coming off redshirt years. For Ohio State, you have 3-time national qualifier, 1-time All-American, Nico Trigris. For Virginia Tech, you have Gerard Garnett, who holds a slight 2-to-1 advantage over Nico in their individual matchups.
Well, that's going to be a great way to start off tonight. We lost the last time we wrestled him. The first 2 times we wrestled him earlier in their career, we beat him pretty handily. And then when it came down to the round of 12 at the NCAA tournament 2 years ago, because both guys redshirted last year, Trigas snuck one in on us. So I know Gerard's looking for a lot of revenge right here at this particular weight. So, hopefully Gerard will get it started off on a good note. I think he will. But you got 2 fifth-year seniors. You got 2 guys that have been in the NCAA tournament their whole career. I think 3 apiece. So that's a heck of a way to start.
And then the 133, Ohio State has returning national champ Logan Stiebler. And for Virginia Tech, Eric Spute, who's moving up from the 125-pound weight class.
Well, Eric's got his work cut out. Logan Stiebler is the #1 ranked guy in the nation for a reason. He's a defending national champ, and we've got to fight hard in that match. If we don't fight hard in that match, we're going to be in trouble, Tucker. I can tell you that, because Logan's puts up a lot of points. He's dangerous. He's a pinner. He's the whole deal. He's an NCAA champ as a sophomore. So we're an underdog, not only at 133, but I looked at it on paper. We're an underdog according to national rankings in 9 out of 10 weights. So that's how Ohio State's ranked 5th, and we're ranked 12th right there.
At 141, Ohio State has 3rd-ranked wrestler and returning All-American Hunter Stiebler. And for you guys, you have 13th ranked and Ohio native Zach Nyberg.
Well, you got 2 top, 13 ranked guys in the nation there. You got, this is a rematch from last year's duel. Both 141 and 149 a rematch from last year's duel. So we're hoping that we can turn the tables of both those weight classes. We lost both those matches last year at the buzzer. So I know Zach Nyberg's real excited to wrestle another Ohio guy right now.
And then at 149, we have the second rematch. For Ohio State, they have 8th-ranked wrestler Cam Taurasi, who's a returning All-American. And then for Tech, we have 18th-ranked Nick Bruschetta, who's the 2012 ACC Rookie of the Year.
Well, that match came down to the wire last year, and that's Tassari. He's called Tassari, and Tassari is really dangerous. We were beating him last year literally to the buzzer, and we got in a scramble, and he kind of funked us, and he beat us, and that's his game. He's real hard to score on, and real kind of defensive, offensive, if you might figure that out. But that's a big match. I can tell you what, Nick Bruschetta and Zach Nyberg are excited to wrestle. You got an Ohio versus Ohio matchup. 4 Ohio kids in 2 bouts at 141 and 149.
Then at 157, Ohio State has the 13th-ranked wrestler Josh Demas. For Virginia Tech, we have 7th-ranked wrestler Jesse Dong or Les Ozias.
Yeah, we don't know exactly who we're going to go with right now. It looks like right now we're leaning towards Lex. Jesse's just coming off an injury from last year. He's going to go sometime this weekend. We don't know when he's going to go. We're kind of playing with a couple different ideas right now, but either way, we got our work cut out for us. Again, there's another nationally ranked guy. They've got a guy that's, what do you say he's ranked?
13th.
13th in the nation, So Demas is an Ohio kid. Dong's an Ohio kid. If Dong doesn't wrestle this time, I'm sure they'll meet sometime throughout the year. Lex Ozias is a talented guy. If we go with Lex, he needs to step up for us.
Then 165, Ohio State has a true freshman from powerhouse St. Edwards, Mark Martin. And for Virginia Tech, we have 4th ranked returning All-American Pete Yates.
Well, on paper, this is the only match that we're favored. Mark Martin is one of the best in the business as a true freshman. He's probably one of the most highly recruited kids out of the whole United States last year anyway. But, you know, I think coming in wrestling a guy like Pete Yates is going to be a challenge for him. Pete is wrestling great right now, and I tell you what, he is excited about this season. I've never seen him wrestling this tough this early, so I think Ohio State's got their work cut out for him there.
And at 174, Ohio State has the 4th ranked wrestler Nick Heflin. And for Virginia Tech, we have Austin Gable, who's coming off a strong 2nd place finish at the Hokie Open.
Well, that's kind of a flip-flop at 165. You got a young guy that's supposed to be pretty good versus an old guy that is good. Nick Heflin's an older guy. He's, you know, some polls have him ranked as high as 2nd in the nation. So Gable's got his work cut out for him. You know, Gable's an athletic guy. So this is going to be a test. You know, I'm kind of curious. It's early in the season. I'm curious to see where Gable shakes out there. But, you know, they're a strong favorite at 174.
Then 184, Ohio State has redshirt freshman Kenny Quartz. And for you guys, you have Nick Federline, who's making the move down from the 197 weight class.
Well, that's going to be one of the most interesting matchups tonight. I don't even know how to predict that. You got a guy that was really a superstar out of high school, Kenny Quartz. He redshirted last year. He's a redshirt freshman this year, superstar out of high school. And then you got a guy like Nick Federline, who was a walk-on kind of when he started out, 4th-year junior, football player that decided he wanted to be a wrestler kind of at the end. Has done a great job for us. I'll tell you what, Nick Federline might have had the best last 30 days of practice of just about anybody in our room. So I think Nick's ready to go. And, you know, that one on paper to me is a little bit of a toss-up. I know if you're following wrestling, Federline is definitely the underdog there. But in my mind, I think we're a toss-up there.
At 197, Ohio State has either C.J. Makram, 3-time national qualifier, or 9th ranked wrestler Andrew Campoletto. And for Tech, we have Derek Borley, who just transferred here from Wisconsin.
Well, right now we're kind of a little bit up in the air here. We're going to add a guy to that lineup, Tucker. We might have Bobby Lavelle, or we might have Derek Borley. Derek got dinged up a little bit this week, but I think he's going to be good to go. You know, we're the underdog. Both those guys, you know, you got a 13th and a 9th ranked guy as an either or. That just shows you what kind of power Ohio State has. We've heard that Campbelltano is going to redshirt this year. We'll see. You know, we got to be ready to wrestle either one of them. Again, we're the underdog at that weight, and you know, our guys that are underdogs need to come out and be tough and stay in there with these guys and give themselves a chance at the end.
And then at heavyweight, for Ohio State, they have the 2-time national qualifier and 16th ranked wrestler Peter Campone. And then for you guys, you have 6-year senior and 2-time national qualifier and 19th ranked wrestler David Maroney.
Yeah, what's Capone ranked?
He's ranked 16th.
So we got 16 versus 19, you know. So, you know, maybe on paper it's probably a toss-up. This is kind of an ironic match because last year, David Maroney's last match of the season, which ended his season and gave him the right for a 6th year, was in early November. We wrestled Ohio State last year at Columbus, and this was the match that David Maroney tore his ACL. So, you know, I know David's probably a little anxious, but I think more excited and ready to go and get back in there. And, you know, to sacrifice and come back and take a 6th year tells you what kind of a competitor David Maroney is. So that should be, let's hope it comes down to that match, but, you know, we're going to have to do a lot of wrestling to get it to come down to that match.
Well, in a match that could come down to just a couple bonus points and a couple matches, what is the one key you think for the match this weekend? Good
question, Tucker. Tucker's boning up here. I think it's going to come down to winning close matches. You know, we lost 5 close matches last year in this dual meet, and I think we ended up getting beat. What was the score?
21-12.
21-12. There you go. So, you know, we got to win the close matches. If we win the close matches, I think we got a chance at these guys. But we're going to have fun whatever we do, and what a great way to start out the season, 5 versus 12. So you're going to be there, right?
Yep, of course.
All right, that's it for night before Hokie, I guess, Chalk Talk, and we'll keep doing this. We're going to have fun with this. So over and out. Tucker's taking over next time. Thanks.